comes to talk. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We'll be live on the air, on the radio, in about, 15 minutes. And we got a lot to cover today. No doubt about that. Lots happening today. And of course, we'll be taking calls as well. Going to talk about Trump's pick to be the border czar so that he can get the deportations happening and happening soon. That's a big one. Tom Homan. I'm gonna start talking about that with Tom Homan, and then we'll move into some of the other issues because there's a lot of news that happened over the weekend. Northern Ireland, welcome. I'll get the other stream started at the top of the hour. All right, let me do a test. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. All right. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Absolutely. We've got a lot to cover, people. A lot to cover. Oh boy. Our first full week with President-elect President Trump. That's right. It's all starting this week. The golden age of America has begun. Oh man. And it doesn't get better than this. I gotta turn the air down. It's really hot. I know it is amazing that Trump is president-elect again. It's amazing. It's, all the MAGA people around the country worked so hard to make this happen, and here we are. It has happened. I know, it's amazing. They can't... T-Dot says, still can't believe we defeated the lunatics. Well, the loony birds, they can't believe it either. They're in the denial phase of grief still. Not only did we defeat them, we won the popular vote, so we overwhelmingly defeated them. And that's just something that they are not going to be able to accept for a while. Let me see if I move this camera angle just a bit. There we go. Oh, how exciting is this, guys? It doesn't get better than this. I'll believe it. We defeated them. Get the next stream going at the top of the hour. The one that's the horizontal. This is vertical. We'll get the horizontal where I show you the videos and everything that I'm reading out. Hector Perez, good morning, Brian. Love your show from California. Well, welcome. Yeah, I was just thinking this morning, I got to plan a trip to California to visit my daughter soon. I haven't been out there in a year. This has been a very big year. I need to take a day off here and there. The last few months have been rough. I've been going like 24 hours a day the last few months. I'm still getting set up, guys, so you got to bear with me a little. Now we want to go. Okay, so right. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Yeah, I'm still getting organized, guys, so bear with me. You're the first round, so I'm still setting up as you guys are here. You're getting the behind the scenes of the program. I'm just getting all my articles and things queued up.
I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12.
Welcome, everyone. Yes, if you're new, my name is Brian. This is where Maga comes to talk. We'll be live on the radio in 8 minutes. So if you're new to the program, make sure that you subscribe. Oh, there's lots of great news. I'm going to get to all of it. Don't you worry. Oh, man, this is just blows my mind where we are right now. Doesn't it blow yours? It really does. It really does. We're in an exciting place. It does not get better than this. Kamala for Burger King. Maybe she can go back to McDonald's, really get a job at McDonald's, right? She's done. She is out of the loop. She's completely out of the loop, Kamala Harris. She's going to go where all the vice presidents go. Obscurity. Oh. Inauguration Day is going to be exciting. Oh, yeah, he's great. Oh, man, this is just, this Trump miracle continues. And he's making these great, great picks, too. I'm not worried about the House. Don't worry about the House. And I'll tell you what, Trump's not worried about the House either. You know how I know that? He is making Elise Stefanik the UN ambassador, right? So if the House were a problem, he would not take a chance on that seat. He'd wait until after. So Trump, he's confident. No numbers, Paula, please. Don't give out any numbers. No numbers. What are the Dutch scared of? America being great again? Well, you know, sorry, Holland. And the Netherlands. Why would anyone be worried? Now, Zelensky's probably worried because the money's getting cut off. So that's got to upset him. And worry him. He's gotten used to that money coming in. You know, and he just, Zelensky, he doesn't even ask. He just like demands it, right? He like expects us to give him the money. You know, he's just like, okay, it's his. Like he deserves it. Or is entitled to it. I've never seen such an arrogant foreign leader when it comes to getting US dollars. Wales, welcome Jennifer in Wales. We'll be live in about 5 minutes on the radio. I'm so glad that the election got called on election night, that we didn't bring this on. Oh yeah, Pavlo in Ukraine. Let me see what Pavlo in Ukraine is doing. I haven't checked out Pavlo since Trump won. Let me look. He doesn't made a video in 2 weeks, Pavlo. So I'm not sure what Pavlo's up to. He hasn't done a video in 2 weeks. Uh-oh. That's a long time. We have our president back. That's right. President Trump, baby. Got no problem with Pablo. I just don't see much war going on. It looks like he's just some regular millennial, just taking it easy in life. Pablo. Getting close to the top of the hour now. We won't be hearing too much about Kamala anymore. After the inauguration, that'll be it for Kamala. Because there'll be a big discussion. Will she be there or not? And then if she's there, what will her reaction be? You know, the facial expressions of her and her weirdo husband and all of that. But after Inauguration Day, that'll be it. No more Kamala. She's out of the news now, pretty much. Kamala's husband, have you seen him? He is a definite weirdo. He was accused of beating up a woman. No one questioned him about it. My goodness. Nothing about that guy is normal. He's a strange cat. Dug him off. Redefining masculinity. I don't think so. That guy thought he was going to be the sexiest man alive or something. The Waltz family are a bunch of lunatics. There's no one in that family who's not a complete loon. All right, it's the top of the hour. Okay. One, two, test 1, 2. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where Maga comes to talk. We're going to be live on the radio in just a couple of minutes. And man, do we have great stuff to talk about today. I mean, Trump is not wasting a second. He has one term left. So he's getting about a year's work of work done in the president-elect period. So as soon as he takes the oath of office, everything happens. And he's made some really bold moves, which we're going to talk about on the program today. And of course, you are all welcome to call in. The number is toll-free. It is pinned in the chat, 1-888-465-2631. A toll-free call no matter where you are listening, 888-465-2631. All right, we'll be on the air in about 1 minute. Very exciting. It's morning in America. That's right. It's the golden age. Remember, Trump said this will be America's golden age. Janine, $20 super sticker. Thank you, Janine. Thank you very much. Oh, it does not get better than this, guys. It does not get better than this. We're very lucky, aren't we? No doubt about it. All right, stand by. We've got 1 minute to go. 1 minute until airtime. Oh, America's back. That's right. There'll be peace in the world again. Butler County, Pennsylvania, welcome.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, it is the first Monday of, well, the golden age of America. That's what Donald Trump said it is, right? His second term will begin the golden age of America. It's the first Monday of our golden age. Welcome, everyone. November 11th, 2024. My name is Brian Craig, and of course, you are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. All right, we got a lot to cover. Trump has picked his border czar, Tom Homan, which we'll talk about in a few minutes because that is just amazing. We don't have too much Kamala stuff to talk about. She's pretty much out of the loop forever now. I'm going to mention a couple things about her here in the beginning that just show the arrogance and entitlement of Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris is going to that retirement home that all the vice presidents go to, and you don't hear too much of them. Really, the only thing we're going to be hearing about Kamala is whether or not she's going to show up at the inauguration, and then if she does show up to the inauguration, what kind of looks does she have on her face? What is her clothing symbol? Remember last time when she was inaugurated with Biden, which I did not watch. That, you know, the Biden inauguration was the first presidential inauguration I did not watch in my entire coherent life, okay? I didn't watch it. But I do know she was wearing purple, Kamala, and it symbolized something. Let's see what she symbolizes this time. But I just want to mention a couple things about Kamala Harris. Then we'll get into Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, which is just a great pick. Kamala Harris, over the weekend, has had her campaign people going around saying that Sonia Sotomayor should resign from the Supreme Court so that Biden can appoint her. And that didn't work out. Sonia Sotomayor said no. First off, Biden wouldn't get a confirmation on the Supreme Court through with the... Remember Obama tried that with Garland? Boy, and the Republicans wouldn't have it. That was like almost a year before the election. So he's certainly not going to get one with just a couple months left. But then, after that fell apart, one of her campaign people has been on CNN talking about how Biden should resign the presidency and make Kamala the president for a couple of months. Now, first off, on election night, Kamala Harris had a complete emotional breakdown. We know this because she, like Hillary Clinton, she was not able to come out and concede. She had to wait almost 24 hours later to do it, about 18 hours. She came out the next day, late in the day. She couldn't do it. She cracked under the pressure. But so she's not fit for the job, but the arrogance and the feeling of entitlement that Kamala Harris has, that she thinks that Biden and Sonia Sotomayor should resign their positions and she's entitled to be on the Supreme Court or entitled to be president of the United States. Are you kidding me? Who does she think she is? We really were saved from her, weren't we? Could you imagine what it would have been like with 4, maybe 8 years with this kind of arrogance? Oh, I love it. This is beautiful. And this infighting inside the Democrat Party is a beautiful thing. Now, I know that the fake news mainstream legacy media are trying to make a big deal about these divisions in the Senate, trying to pick the Senate majority Republican leader. Don't fall for that, okay? Do not fall for that. This is not a time for us to fall in this trap of attacking other Republicans. I like Rick Scott. He's one of our senators. He was the governor before Ron DeSantis. And contrary to Mark Levin and all these other newbies to Florida, Ron DeSantis didn't do anything that made Florida any better than it was before. Rick Scott did incredible things as governor, which I've talked about a lot, mostly around the hurricanes. We don't lose electricity like we used to during and after hurricanes because of Rick Scott. But I don't want to get sidetracked in that. But he's much better governor than Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of imaging, right? But whoever becomes the Republican leader in the Senate will be the person that Donald Trump wants to be the Republican leader in the Senate, okay? So if it's not Rick Scott and it's someone else who has said terrible things about Trump in the past, don't worry. Everything is going according to plan. And Trump will get someone, whoever it is, even if it's somebody who's trashed him in the past, believe me, whoever they are and whatever is said, no one is becoming the Republican majority leader in the Senate that does not have the approval of Donald Trump. Now, if it's somebody that he's had some conflict with in the past or has trashed him in the past, believe me, he's getting some big things from that person in exchange for it. So don't fall into this trap of Republican infighting. We are a united party. And I got to tell you something. America is a MAGA nation. America has been a conservative country, majority always. Okay? I know the media and all this stuff give you a false idea of where the heart and minds of the American people are, but this is a very conservative country. And I had an experience yesterday. Those of you that follow me on YouTube will have seen this, but if you don't follow me on YouTube, you should. Brian Craig Show on YouTube. I'm always doing things on YouTube. And on the weekends, I go to Starbucks when they first open, usually, most weekends, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, sometimes just Saturday. This weekend it was Sunday. I went to, and I live stream at a table at Starbucks and put my MAGA hat on, and we talk, and, you know, sometimes for a couple of hours about all the MAGA stuff. And usually I'm the only person there in a Make America Great Again hat. And I was at Starbucks yesterday morning, the Starbucks I always go to, and including me, I was there for about an hour live streaming on YouTube in front of Starbucks. Over the course of an hour, from 6 a.m. to about 7 a.m., including me, there were 5 people wearing Make America Great Again hats at Starbucks. Think about that. And what's happened is the country is much more MAGA than people realize. A lot of MAGA people have been living in the closet and have come out of the closet. Never have seen that before. That's right. They've come out of the closet. This is a very, very conservative country. Don't buy into what the left tell you. And I'm not going to sit here and get involved. And I know it'd be a very easy show for me to do, to attack these Republicans and take calls and trash them. I'm telling you, whoever the Senate leader is will be the Senate leader that Donald Trump wants. He is more popular and more powerful than he has ever been, and nothing is going to happen in the Republican Party without him signing off on it. For a number of reasons, not just his major popularity, but the Trump family control the RNC. The Trump family control all the fundraising of the Republican Party now. And that's really where the power is. So, no, this is nothing to worry about. And I know a lot of conservatives are going to be attacking other Republicans. This is not a time for us to be attacking other Republicans. This is a time to be celebrating, okay? Now, after the first break, we're going to get into some of the big decisions Trump has made. And I know a lot of people are worried about the House. We got the House of Representatives. Don't worry about it. And not only am I confident of us winning the House of Representatives, but so is Donald Trump. And I know this because Donald Trump has picked Elise Stefanik to be the ambassador to the United Nations. And she is a House member, okay? So she'll have to give up her seat to become the UN ambassador. She was just reelected. So if Donald Trump thought that the Republican majority was in jeopardy, or it was going to be a razor-thin majority, he wouldn't nominate, and by the way, she's accepted the job already, Stefanik. He wouldn't have taken someone from the House, plucked them out, and made them the UN ambassador like this so quick. He would wait until it was settled. So the House is fine. Don't believe any of this stuff. You know, the media are still in this denial phase of what happened last week. And the media want us to be fighting with one another. So if you're on hold, hang in there. Also, it is Veterans Day. So happy Veterans Day to our veterans in the audience. And our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. Now, Mike Lindell over at MyPillow has all of his Christmas specials popping up. And the MyPillow flannel Christmas sheets are now available. My wife ordered a set last night of the flannel Christmas sheets and pillowcases, at MyPillow. Huge discount. In fact, they're $40 off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And Mike Lindell this year with the flannel sheets has a whole bunch of new colors and patterns, a whole bunch. In fact, I think they redid the entire patterns and colors of all the flannel sheets at mypillow.com. And it's a $40 discount right now on the flannel sheets with our promo code Kane at checkout. And we got the ones with the Christmas trees on them and the pillowcases with the Christmas trees. So we're going to have our Christmas sheets. These make great Christmas gifts too. And remember, free shipping on all orders over $75 with our promo code Kane at checkout. Now again, you can use our promo code Kane on all the specials at mypillow.com, not just the ones I talk about. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. All right, we'll take our first break of the week and be right back. If you're on hold, hang in there. Mm-hmm.
South Florida's true oldies channel. The local blues festival is November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater in Boca Raton. 10 bands on stage.
Mm-hmm. Welcome. If you are new, make sure you subscribe, guys. Callers on hold, stand by. Oh, what a great day, guys. What a great day. They didn't happen to give you a list of the live commercials I have to do today. Okay, I'll figure it out. If you're on hold, hang in there.
Contracting.com. The number again is 954-604-4602.
Hi, this is Maureen Cohen from Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens. We are so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area.
We haven't heard since the election from Renee in Harlem, Jay from Jersey, Never Trumper Steve, that jerk from Sarasota, I forgot his name. You know who that guy is? I forgot his name. There's a lot of people we haven't heard from.
Trish, Dunson, Scott, and Bruce. They're here 7 days a week for all your family's natural health needs. So stop by Nutrition World at the northeast corner of PGA Boulevard and Prosperity Farms Road in the Carmine's Market Plaza by the Prosperity entrance. You can call us or text us anytime at 561-626-4377.
We'll be back shortly.
626-4377. Or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching, and all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse.
We'll be back right after this. Here we go.
Free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Alrighty, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. So Trump named his border czar, Tom Homan, and I love this guy because when it comes to the border, not only is he, was with the Border Patrol and all that stuff and knows what to be done. He stands up for the right things, okay? And this is another example of Donald Trump bringing people into the second term who think like him and agree with him. This is Tom Homan on 60 Minutes. This is hilarious. They were talking to him about deportations and breaking up families.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if it's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
There you go. Families can be deported together. That's right. Families can be deported together. I love when it comes to this deportation, all of a sudden, Democrats are concerned about too much government spending. All of a sudden, they're fiscal conservatives. Okay? Yeah, I love it. This is our new border czar. Yeah, you can, yeah, sure. You don't have to separate families. You can deport the whole family. I love this guy, Tom Homan. Not messing around. Things are going to happen so quick, so fast, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. All right, there's only one opening on our board at 1-888-465-2631. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian. This is Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Listen, I don't want to start your week off with disagreeing with you, but and I'm not talking about fighting but there can be disagreements, okay? You're a guy that's always said there's the Republican establishment. Well, let me ask you a question, straight up. Is Mitch McConnell part of the Republican establishment?
Yeah, he's part of the CCP branch of the Republican establishment.
We agree with that. John Foon and John Cornyn, the two gentlemen, are an extension of Mitch McConnell. The fact is there are other Republicans that are not MAGA that sometimes you would think they're MAGA. This silent vote, this vote where nobody's going to know who's voting, stinks from hell. And the only MAGA guy there is Rick Scott. Whether it's and the purse string, once it comes, you ask Ted Cruz what he thinks of Mitch McConnell. Ted Cruz actually won an election in Texas despite Mitch McConnell because he gave him no money. Every committee is usually the head of the Senate, his committee heads.
All right, I know. Listen, this is a lot of complex things at this early hour of the morning. This is what I'm telling you, Richie. Whoever becomes the leader in the Senate for the Republicans will be the leader of the Senate, and it will be the person that Donald Trump wants. Now, if it's one of these guys other than Rick Scott, believe me, in exchange for that, President Trump is going to get a lot. He's a wheeler and a dealer. And so far as the secret vote won't last too long. Okay? As soon as it's over, we're going to know who voted how.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I'll let you know the deal here. You know, they're thinking about putting in there somebody. Charlie Kirk has brought it up, and he's eligible. J.D. Vance.
I don't see that happening. I know, I heard that. I don't think that's going to happen. I know John Adams was the leader, and but that was a long time. That was like 200 years ago, man. I don't expect that to happen.
I want to talk about Tom Homan. Okay, Tom Homan. They get him every time they get him, and he's stone cold. He's a Clint Eastwood of politics. Stone cold, and he tells the truth. They had him in front of a committee, and AOC tried to put him on the spot. I don't know if you have sound bites of that one, but he, separating the children. He says, you get arrested, you get separated. You get arrested, you go to prison, you get separated.
That's right. When you break the law, you make a decision that if you get caught, you will be separated from your family. That is true, and yes.
I'm going to give you a history of Anchor Baby, and this is something, and I'm not making this up. 20 years ago, going back 20 years ago, I was dating somebody else, not my wife. She literally was from what do you call it? Peru. She was Peruvian, and she had a daughter that came here, and a daughter came here, and she brought her son here. Her son didn't like the United States, went back to Peru. Believe it or not, they got his citizenship here, okay? That through finagling. They paid somebody down on 79th Street, and I couldn't believe it. But he had 2 children that were American citizens. He came up from Peru when she was 8 months pregnant and rented an apartment and broke the lease and had an American baby. Did it with the second one too. It's kind of disgusting.
Well, that's going to be over. This citizenship tourism thing that the illegals are doing is not the way it's supposed to be, and that's going to end.
Thank God, but that's why Tom Holland says the whole family should go back. Why entitle these anchor babies that have their illegal families here to give them?
Because they have what they've done. Okay, they've convinced themselves of a couple of things. That one, I'm talking about the illegals. Okay, they've convinced themselves that they're not Europeans like we are, right? Of European descent, Spaniards and Portuguese. They're all Aztec, Incas, and all that crap in their fantasies, okay? Which is nonsense. So they're indigenous. Number two, they brainwash them into believing that the entire Western United States is U.S. occupied Mexican territory, so it's their land. You know, I mean, there's all kinds of rationalizations to it. But the reality is they're going back to their country of origin. Tom Homan is going to be organizing and the entire deportation process, and he doesn't play around.
No, here's the deal. You hit everything on the head, but the main thing is, you know why they have babies here when they come here illegally? They automatically want to get pregnant. It's their insurance policy because you got...
Well, the anchor. That's where the anchor baby, they're anchored to America. Those days are over.
That's liberal Democrats, and you're going to see the tears crying. You know how they with the cages, they're separating the families. These people are sick.
That's tough. I mean, it happened. I mean, if you go to any prison in America, most of those guys in prison or mothers in the ladies' prisons have kids, and they're separated from their families.
Let me ask you a question straight up. You don't think there's going to be a problem with how they say maybe 20 million?
Yeah, it's going to be all you're going to see on television are the trains to Auschwitz, okay? They're going to compare it to all that. It's going to be yeah.
Yeah, but you also, I think you might see troubles because you got 10, like in New York City, they're cutting off they're going to end up throwing them out in hotels, cutting off the money. These people are going to be wandering around. I mean, what do you think? That with no money in their pockets, you don't think this could be big problem? And you got Democratic sympathy.
Well, if they turn the crime, it makes it easier to pick them up.
Trust me.
Oh, great.
I wouldn't have retail business in New York City or anything.
Well, New York shouldn't have become a sanctuary city. All right, Richie, I got to run. Thanks for the call. There's an opening on the board where Richie was at. If you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break for the bottom and be right back. Oh, yeah, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exciting.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Poker Room in PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, and bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. That's all of the big table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker.
We'll be back shortly, guys.
Every day, PBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTP action. Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and more. For more info, go to PB Kennel Club.
Now, guys, I want to tell you about this incredible new book, welcoming a new sponsor to the program. There's a link to this book in the description of the video, Over 55 and Alive, from author Michael Cook. He's a good MAGA guy. He's a fan of the show, and he's, of course, sponsoring the program. He has this great new book out. It's available in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook. The audiobook is only 99 cents. Wow. That's a good deal. Over 55 and Alive. And I'm not quite to 55 yet, but I will be in about a year and a half. And it's a great book. I did read the book. Over 55 and Alive from author Michael Cook is available on Amazon. And there's a direct link in the description of the video. So if you could either click that link in the description of the video or order it by just looking it up on your own, I'd appreciate it. Over 55 and Alive from author Michael Cook on Amazon. Again, available in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook. The audiobook and Kindle edition is just 99 cents. Pretty good deal.
We have private show excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're going to go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private.
All right, we're coming back.
Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, 32 minutes after the hour, our number 1-888-465-2631. It's Monday, November 11th. The first full week of the new age of Trump. All right, let's go back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, first of all, I think you're dead right on the head of the Republicans is going to be who Trump wants. And remember, part of the deal, he knows how to deal, and he learned a lot in 2016 and 2020. But I was watching Squawk Box. They were showing a clip. They were interviewing a Democrat and Al Sharpton talking about how the Latinos left the Latinos, the blacks left the blacks, the women left the women, and blaming Trump that they voted Trump. I said, well, I wish I could have called in. I said, you're damn right it's because of Trump. Woke them up, and now they're never going to vote for a Democrat.
By the way, you know, the thing with Al Sharpton, does he have a church, Reverend Al Sharpton? He calls himself usually reverends have a church that they preach at on Sundays. Does he have a church? Because he seems to spend his Sundays on MSNBC. I'm starting to think that reverend thing is just some racket that he has going on.
I believe it is. He's just a political hack for the left.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I miss the old fat Al Sharpton. That skinny Al Sharpton's not, you know. But, yeah. So 40% of Gen Z women voted for Trump, too. They've lost the women. They've lost blacks. They've lost Hispanics. They're in big trouble.
They're in big trouble. And I'll tell you what's coming up next. Within the next 2 years, you're going to see all the rhinos that won't come on board for MAGA. They're not going to run again because they're going to see the writing on the wall, and that they're going to start attacking J.D. Vance somehow because he's the future, and he's going to be the one that carries our torch for 2 more terms. We're going to see 12 years of prosperity this country's never seen. Waking up left and right, and thank God for people like you and your show, Brian.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all my other veterans here, to my brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter what branch you serve. You know, this is our day, and a lot of thanks, a lot of free meals out there. Take advantage of it. Get out there and make America great again.
That's right.
We're about.
What do you mean? Veterans get free meals? Like where do veterans get free meals on Veterans Day?
Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Olive Gardens. There's a whole bunch of lists. If you Google it, they'll give you the list of all the restaurants that give out this free donuts at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, okay. Well, check it out. So just Google it. Free food for veterans on Veterans Day. Check it out, guys. All right, take care. Good to hear from you, Jeff. Yes. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, it's one of those days. Once, twice. All right, you're out. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, here we go. See, you know what's happening. You know what's going on. It's the liberal response. They're having meltdowns. You know, tomorrow will be a week since President Trump was reelected. We have not heard from any of the usual suspects, Democrats. Not even liberal Al, who is historically one of the most shameless of callers. You know, there's so many reasons why we won, but we're going to continue to win. I was looking today. I don't know what the event was, but Michael Strahan is at some event somewhere. It doesn't matter where it is or who it's for, but there's the the Pledge of Allegiance is being played, or is it the national anthem? Let me see if it was the national anthem or the national anthem. The national anthem is playing. And he's there with the whole Fox Sports team. Everyone has their hand on their heart except Michael Strahan. And there's no doubt that Strahan does not have his hand on his heart. Fund the police crap that he's a party to, all right? As a black man, he can't honor this country. Here you got a guy who can't even speak and has talk shows on television. He talks worse than Tyson when Tyson got the title the first time. Remember that? The guy can't even speak. Here you got a guy, and I don't know about his athletic career. You know me with sports. I don't follow sports. But when it comes to, he did that show, that live, the Regis and Kathy Lee show. They put him in there. Then he left. Where's he at now? Good Morning America. The guy cannot even speak. He's worth millions of dollars from his athletic and sports career. He's even been to outer space and is an astronaut, and he still thinks this country is not worthy of him putting his hand on his heart while he still thinks this is a racist country? Where's the guy who can't speak and has, by the way, he's an astronaut. He went up on Bezos' rocket. He has no astronaut, can't speak, no flight background that I know of. Thing involving space flight. He's an astronaut. He's a broadcaster. He's worth millions of dollars. But even though he's a millionaire and an astronaut, Michael Strahan can't show some respect for this country. See, this is one of the reasons Trump won. People are sick of this crap. This stupidity of defund the police and fund the criminals that they've been promoting. This take a knee during the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. People are sick of this. Okay? People are sick of this. Remember when Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrat leaders, after George Floyd went to some event and they put on some dashiki clothes and then got on their knees in front of black people to beg for forgiveness? You know, what happened in this country with this election last week was the failure of what I would call Obamaism. Obamaism has failed. And the reason that Trump won in large part is because of Obamaism. Obamaism is honoring St. George Floyd, turning men into women, anti-racism, telling us that men should be on girls' sports and can beat them up in the Olympics, telling us that white people are born racist, that it is in the DNA of white people to be racist, and that even a baby who is 1 second old is a racist because they're white and they were born that way. People, and the list goes on, all right? People have rejected all this garbage. And I hope the left keep up with this crap. The crap that was responsible for their defeat will make it worse. And now that we had such a massive victory, you're going to see larger conservative turnouts in the midterm elections. Because they had done a pretty good job of discouraging a lot of conservatives in this country from even participating. But now, without even full participation, we won the national vote. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I can. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is...
You got to speak up.
Hold on.
Hold on. Yes. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Hey, my name is Nick. I'm calling from Philly.
Nick in Philly, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I just voted for Trump.
You just voted. You're like 6 days late, man.
Earlier.
Oh, last week. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's the first time I voted for him.
Awesome.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what was your opinion on the 0% income tax you were talking about? And
That's awesome.
the chances of getting that done.
I think a pretty good chance of it. Most people, I don't know if he'll be able to 100% eliminate income tax, but he'll be able to eliminate it for most people. I think that's a great thing, don't you?
Absolutely. So what I'm wondering is, what is do you have any idea of the process to actually do that?
They'd have to pass the law through Congress, through both houses of Congress, and he would sign it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. Then it's done. Probably what he would do is eliminate, he would change the tax brackets, and only uber rich people would be paying it. If he, yeah. But no, most people will not be paying income tax. Most people don't even pay income tax, by the way. They pay payroll tax. Social Security and Medicare deductions is not income tax. That's payroll tax. There's a difference. And I know with me, every year I get, because I'm in business for myself and everything. I have to pay. When you're in business for yourself, people don't realize. Not only do you have to pay 100% of your payroll taxes, Social Security and Medicare, you also have to pay income taxes. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. People don't realize.
Most of it just goes to the Federal Reserve.
It goes to Ukraine right now, Zelensky, who's going to get cut off. We could fund the entire deportations just with a portion of the money they're giving Zelensky.
Right. And what do you think about? I heard some stuff through the grapevine about it bringing on Ron Paul.
Nah, that's going to happen. Ron Paul hates Jews. He's anti-Israel. I don't see him around. I know Ron Paul would like to be a part of things, but I don't think so. Trump's not going to bring anybody in who hates Jews and is anti-Israel.
I see.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, but ask Ron Paul about Jews. Ask Ron Paul about Israel. But everything he says that I've heard him say sounds pretty good, except that stuff. And Donald Trump is very pro-Israel. No anti-Semites. That's why Candace Owens is out. I know these people think Candace Owens is going to have some job in the press office. She trashed Trump last year in a very vile way, and she's an anti-Semite Holocaust denier. People that are anti-Israel are not going to be in the Trump administration.
I see. All right, one last question for you. What do you think about privatization?
Well, that's pretty vague. I don't know what that means. Privatization of what?
Of more privatizations of the current functions of government.
The current functions of government? No. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Like the Congress?
For example, more private policing, for example.
Private policing? I don't know. I don't have any problem with the private prisons, but I don't know about private police.
These seem to have a pretty good track record statistically.
Really? I mean, where are there private police?
You have them in certain communities,
I've never heard of that. I mean, I know in RoboCop they were talking about private police, but outside of science fiction movies, I didn't know private police was a real thing. I know there's private prisons.
Right.
Where are there private police departments?
This is some cities. I was just watching a thing on it the other day. I forget what city it was in.
No, sometimes what happens, okay? What happens a lot of times, okay? Maybe this is what you're talking about. A city will contract out to another police department their police work. like here where I live in Florida, there's a lot of cities that don't have a police department. They contract out to the local county sheriff to be their police. I don't know. I don't know of any private police departments.
These are like contracted for like a specific geographical area.
People hire security guards, but I don't know of any private. Now again, I don't know everything. I could be wrong, but I don't know any cities in America that have private police departments that are private companies. I don't think that exists. I don't think that exists.
Why? But it'll be in like some neighborhoods.
I don't know. All right, listen, I got to run, but you voted for Trump. That's awesome. All right, 46 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. We will be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show. Mike Lindell is offering wholesale pricing for Christmas. The standard MyPillow, just $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. That's right, just $14.88 and free shipping.
The United States Police Force. Yeah, Escape from New York. That's right.
right now and use our promo code Kane at checkout, KANE, and get the standard MyPillow for just $14.88, the lowest price ever. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane.
The Boca Blues Festival is November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater in Boca Raton. 10 bands on stage and happy memories with friends. Experience Samantha Fish, Tab Benoit, Ali Venable, Bloody Waterson, Bud Morganfield, Vanessa Collier, and more. Get your tickets today to the Boca Blues Festival November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater. Tickets and info at BocaBluesFest.com. BocaBluesFest.com.
When it comes to dental work, there's no one better than Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. But don't just take my word for it. This is Richie the bus driver. He called in on the air to share his experience with Dr. Gupta. You're on the air.
But the United States Police Force in Escape from New York was not a private police force. That was part of the government. All right, coming back.
Listen to Richie the bus driver. Go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now, the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. And speaking of policing, a little self-policing you can do is to call Sloman's, get that free doorbell camera that they're offering to listeners of this program. I keep telling people that because it's so amazing, is that footage of the Venezuelan gang members in Aurora, Colorado that you're seeing is from a doorbell camera that one of the residents have. And you can get a free doorbell camera from Sloman's that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Sloman's is going to give you that. I mean, isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's exactly right. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. Sloman's will give you an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts for the doors and windows, a lifetime warranty, and backup battery. Plus, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. No matter where you're located, give them a call, get that doorbell camera, get the whole system. It's part of we have this system here at the radio station, by the way, to protect me while I'm on the air. The number to call to get that free doorbell camera offer is 1-833-283-5050. 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050. All right, I wanted to play that. This just cracks me up. I saw this morning. This is this Democrat Congresswoman out of California, Katie Porter, and she's talking about her daughter's reaction to the greatest president ever, our favorite president, Donald Trump, being reelected. Listen.
I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12, and she got in the car and she was crying. And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo's a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you? What happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's gonna win. And what if I get raped and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah, well, maybe you've been brainwashing your daughter, and I know all these Democrats have these daughters that they think are going to get raped and need abortions. You know, I thought when parents, like if my daughter called me today and said she was having a baby, I'd be excited. I wouldn't think, oh, well, you know, have you considered abortion of my grandchild?
And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo is a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you? What happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's gonna win. And what if I get raped and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter. And so it was really a reminder of how scary this time is for people, and how important it is for Democrats to have strategies, both at the state level and the federal level, to make sure that we can continue to protect people's rights.
Okay. Now, first of all, I mean, at 12 years old, can you guys remember when you were 12? Now, again, maybe this is just me, but when I was 12 years old, and I'll ask you guys this, did you have rape on your mind? I mean, what kind of 12-year-old child is going around thinking about rape? And all these Democrats have these children that are 12 and younger that are thinking about rape all the time. And if you've got a 12-year-old who is obsessed with rape, like, you're not doing a very good job as a parent. You're not protecting your child. You know, children should be kept free of all this garbage, okay, all these terrible things. They got plenty of time to worry about the world when they're a grown-up. These liberal parents are really psychologically abusing their children. Now, and also getting into the serious question of this, Donald Trump, who overturned Roe v. Wade, has said a couple of things. One, there should be Donald Trump has said this many times during this campaign, and some conservatives took issue with him on this. Donald Trump has said over and over and over again, there should be an exception for rape and incest when it comes to abortion. How many times have you heard Donald Trump say that? I've heard him say it at least a dozen times in different interviews, that there should be an exception for rape and incest. Donald Trump has said that over and over and over again. So this congresswoman can tell her 12-year-old daughter, who should not be worrying about rape, that. And also, many, many times, President Trump has said that not only does he not support a national abortion ban, if it came to his desk, he would veto it. So these people on the left are living in a liberal, well, a tower of lies. I mean, that's just basically it. And they're lying to their kids, and they're scaring their children over all this garbage, none of which is true. In fact, some places, since Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, some places in the country have more liberal abortion access. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Dee Dee from Central Florida.
Hey, what's up?
So let me give you a different perspective about this abortion issue. I worked in the medical field in GYN, and it's not like people picture it. What happens is when a lot of girls that have gotten pregnant for X reason, a lot of them don't want to have abortions. So they have the mothers, normally the parents are the ones that pushes them to have an abortion. Well, those girls are not the same. They suffer a lot of losing their child, and a lot of them become pregnant again because of that. Like they want to replace the child that they lost.
Yeah.
So this is not a done deal. No. In my church, I've seen a lot of young girls suffer because they had abortions. I've seen women that had abortions because their mother had abortions, and they suffer. These women suffer because it's unnatural.
And I'll tell you another thing too, okay? The thing about rape and incest, while these things happen, out of all the pregnancies, that is such a small percentage of them, it's barely measurable. And in most instances, when someone is a rape victim, within the first 24 to 72 hours, they find themselves in a hospital where they give them that morning after pill, okay? And that is legal everywhere in cases of rape and incest. So this idea that there's all these women that are and girls that are 6 months pregnant or 8 months pregnant from rape, that's just nonsense. It doesn't happen that often. And by the way, if you've carried it, to me it seems. Now again, I'm Catholic, and this is not the position of the Catholic Church, okay? And I'm very religious. But I'm not opposed to that if somebody's raped, taking that morning after pill that they give the rape victims in the emergency room. But I would argue that if you're in the 4th or 5th month or beyond, that you've already made your choice to bring that child to term. And it's not that child's fault that it was conceived out of rape.
Correct. No, and there are cases like that rape victims that, they were a result of a rape, that the mother allows their child to live, and they're happy for it. And they have a voice. So
yeah, no, exactly. And President Trump has said there should be he supports an exemption for rape and incest. And if you're concerned about your daughter being impregnated from rape or incest, you need to keep a closer eye on your daughters if they're children. Come on. My goodness. Why are these liberals all have these daughters that are so vulnerable to being impregnated through rape or incest? What are they doing?
Well, they're basing their logic on fear, and everything is fear. This is going to happen to you if you have a child. No, children are a blessing, and they are a gift.
Well, not to Democrats. Not to Democrats.
Well, we got to keep on praying for them.
Mm-hmm. All right, hey, listen, appreciate the call. All right, great call. I want to tell everyone about Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain treatment. Dr. Appleton has rid me of pain 6 times now. The most recent time was my left shoulder. I had an injury on my right shoulder. Now he got rid of that pain. Now he got rid of the pain in my left shoulder. He's gotten rid of my years of suffering from my knee pain, my arthritis pain 6 times. And Dr. Appleton's laser away pain treatment, what it does is repair the damage in your body that's causing the pain. The pain, you guys know this, the pain's a signal that something's not right. And the laser treatment from Dr. Appleton actually repairs the damage that is causing you the pain. That's why when the pain is gone, it doesn't return. It is absolutely amazing. Medications just mask the pain. And, the laser treatment works on every type of pain I've ever heard of. It is completely 100% painless. There's no injections, no shots, no downtime. Dr. Appleton performs all the laser treatments himself. Appointments aren't necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. Give Dr. Appleton a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonChiro.com. AppletonChiro.com. Go see Dr. Appleton and say bye-bye to your pain. All right, 1 hour down, 2 to go. Callers on hold. Stand by. We're going to take our break for the top. Come back to your calls. Our number, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. You, of course, are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show. Isn't it amazing? The Steve Kane Show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. My name is Brian Craig, and we are here weekday mornings. If you're new to the show, we're here weekday mornings live from 6 until 9 a.m. And our broadcast area is from the Treasure Coast down through the Florida Keys. So we got a really large coverage area, and this is where Maga comes to talk. We'll be right back.
WSFF 104.3 HD3 Miramar.
All right, if you're on hold, hang in there, guys. All right. Hour number 2 has begun. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Okay, so they're now telling us we got Tom Homan is the border czar under Trump, right? Elise Stefanik is going to be, she's going to leave Congress to be the ambassador to the United Nations. And now they're telling us that the pick for Secretary of State is imminent. And we got a short list out there. Tell me, and I'm going to tell you who's on the short list, and then you can, tell me who you would like. And of course, this could be an incomplete list, but this is the short list we have right now. Rick Grinnell, who I think is awesome. I love Grinnell. I saw him doing a lot of analysis during the botched Afghan withdrawal. He's very impressive, Grinnell. Marco Rubio, Bill Hagerty, Vivek Ramaswamy, or Tulsi Gabbard. Who would you like? I mean, my pick would be Grinnell out of that, but that's the short list. Grinnell, Rubio, Hagerty, Ramaswamy, or Tulsi. Who would you like to see be the Secretary of State? My pick would be Grinnell, but whoever Trump's pick is will be perfect. You've got to trust in all of his picks. Our number 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, Lake Worth.
Hey, Lake Worth, what's up?
Going back to this 12-year-old, I can't blame her for thinking that way. She's living with a congresswoman from the Democrat Party, but they've been importing illegals for years, and that's all she hears about. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why she has that.
Let me tell you, if when my daughter was, what grade is 12? 12 is 6th grade, middle school. If I picked my daughter up in 6th grade and she's crying and she's worried that she's going to be raped and impregnated in that rape, something's wrong here. I'm not doing my job as a parent. A 12-year-old girl should not even really know what rape is. And you know what I mean? It shouldn't be something they're worried about.
I understand that, but she's living with a congresswoman who's on the Democrat Party, who is importing all these people, and all she can hear about all these problems going on, and I can see why.
It's really what these Democrats are doing. It's child abuse, is what they're doing. Psychological abuse.
Well, that's all I had to.
All right, I appreciate it, Lake Worth. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
First thing I want to say is this Tom Homan, and what a great pick. Now we're going to finally see what a border czar is supposed to do. Man.
Oh, yeah, this guy doesn't mess around. I mean, he does not mess around, Holman.
Yeah, he's certainly going to show Kamala Harris what you're supposed to do, and it's really going to be great. And so far, it's so good. As for anybody else, whoever Trump picks, I'm sure it's going to be great. I rarely listen to Mark Levin, but he was on online the other day, yesterday I listened to him. And then when he was bringing out the supremacy clause, that this New York State case was interference in the election. That's going to be great.
Well, I want you to think about this. Donald Trump is going to be picking the attorney general, and I don't care if it's a state court or not. This corrupt judge in New York was involved in federal election interference, which puts it under the authority of the federal government. And we're going to get a new United States attorney for the District of New York. And there's going to be an investigation into the money that this guy's daughter raised from the Democrats during this trial. And this judge, the judge may be the one worrying about his sentencing coming up.
So, man, it's so nice that we're cleaning house, and this is going to be great. And I'm hoping Rick Scott will get the top position. Of course, the leftover right.
All these people that are worried about the Senate leader, let me tell you, Donald Trump being back in the White House, he's going to the White House this week to meet with Biden, right? Here you've got, he's the president-elect again, President Trump. This Trump miracle, the comeback story of American history, okay? There's not just political. There's never been a comeback like this in the history of the United States, ever, okay? It's a miracle. Do you think that that this miracle MAGA movement led by President Trump is going to hit a speed bump like some senator who becomes the Republican leader in the Senate? I don't think so. Whoever the leader will end up being in the Senate will be the leader that Trump wants. Now, it may not be somebody that looks like he would want, but believe me, he'll get something big in exchange for it. Like what he said, fast-tracking everybody he sends to them, quick.
That's for sure. And if somebody goes against him, well, they're going to get voted out for sure, because now the American people want what President Trump wants. So this is going to be... Exactly. Like you said, the golden age is coming. We're here. We're finally getting what we've been wanting for. We suffered for 4 years, and now the suffering is going to be over. And we're going to... Correct. We've got nothing to worry about. It's going to be a tough job, but there's nobody tougher than President Trump.
Exactly. And I'm hearing all these conservatives, and a lot of them I like Benny Johnson, they're freaking out over this thing in the Senate. Trump's got everything under control. He literally dodged a speeding bullet, okay? Do you think this is going to stop him, whatever happens in the Senate? Give me a break.
Yeah, man.
Have more faith in Trump.
Especially now knowing that he doesn't have another election to worry about. He's going to be as tough as nails.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Doug, take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Chris. I'm from California.
Hey, Chris.
Can't believe I got through. Anyway, I'm a veteran. I'm involved with the West LA veterans, the location in Los Angeles. And there's a huge bunch of fraud going on there. Veterans who are being reclassified from honorable to honorable so we can get benefits.
Okay. I mean, how many dishonorable veterans can there be? I mean, how widespread is that? How many people are discharged dishonorably? I've never known of anyone discharged dishonorably. I mean, I know what happens, but how many people could that be?
Well, I don't think they get parades when they come home from being discharged.
No, but what I mean is, I'm not saying what you're saying doesn't happen, and if it happens, it shouldn't, and it's a bad thing. But how many? But how many dishonorable? I mean, put a number on it in your area in Los Angeles, in California. How many veterans that have been dishonorably discharged are being reclassified honorable discharges and getting benefits? It's got to be just like a couple people.
Well, I have a feeling it's probably somewhere around 4,000.
4,000?
You listen alone.
So what happens? They show up to the VA to get benefits, and they've been dishonorably discharged. What happens?
No, they get processed because they're on the streets, and a lot of them have been dishonorably discharged, and so they have a DD-214 that says that, and then it was tough for them to get work, so they end up on the streets, and then they basically reclassify medical conditions that allows them to become reclassified as honorably discharged on the DD-293, and that gives them full benefits, full medical, access to free housing, and they're building them housing right now to put them in Los Angeles.
Well, one thing, listen, this is one thing I've learned. If somebody who's dishonorably discharged is typically why would somebody be they got to be a criminal, right? So, okay, so they're a criminal. So they probably did some type of crime. Maybe they were even incarcerated, right? In prison, in the military. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, to be dishonorably discharged, that's correct.
Yeah, okay. So what I've learned is that they're mostly criminals. People that are criminals know how to work the system, okay? So, if you go throughout this country, we have millions of criminals, many of them illegal aliens, that are getting all kinds of benefits. And honestly, what you're saying, I know it's Veterans Day and all this stuff. I'm not approving of it, but it's a small issue.
Okay. And also,
it's not that, there's so many bigger things to worry about. Yeah.
All I'm asking to witness that because I like your show and it's a good place to bring stuff up is I've learned about this. I've tried my best to get the VA to do something about it, to notice it, to admit that it's going on, and it's getting stonewalled, which means it's a bigger problem. I'll do that.
Well, whoever Trump picks to head the Veterans Administration, I'd get in touch with them. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call. I'll tell you something that's a little more relevant right now. It's this FEMA supervisor. Did you guys see this story over the weekend? A black, and by the way, the skin color is relevant to the story. A black FEMA supervisor in Florida, after the recent hurricanes, instructed her workers to skip over houses that had Trump signs in them. By the way, that would include bumper stickers on cars and such. Did you see this? And it's been reported that she's been fired. That woman should be arrested. There could be people that are dead because of that. And she's not really denying it. She's saying that they skipped homes where they were threatened, where their lives were threatened. And it just happens to be all the MAGA people. The MAGA people didn't threaten anybody's life. And I believe that what she really was saying was, don't help the white people. That's what I think. I think that's how she was viewing it. And that's what's been running this country the last 3.5 years, that type of mindset that we're now overcoming. And that is really, truly frightening to me. If you've seen that story, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, this story, if a story like this happened with any Republican in office, that's all people would be talking about. This one's on the back burner, and the media are acting like it's settled because she's been fired. I'm not 100% sure she's been fired or was allowed to quit. And I don't know how long she's been with FEMA. Is she allowed to get a pension? I don't know. I don't know if she's been fired or retired or left on her own. Very little detail. But whether or not she was fired, that's not the issue. This woman should be arrested. And this has been the mentality that's been running this country these last 4 years. Well, since Trump left his first term, almost 4 years. That white people have, had it good long enough. And it's time for them to be discriminated against. That's basically what's been going on. This is one of the reasons Trump won. You know, we heard that FEMA was ignoring people, and they denied it, and then this story comes out. We'll take our first break of the second hour. It's Monday. I'm Brian. Our number toll free, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Shannon on the radio with a quick reminder that if you like music by the Stones, the Beatles,
that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of shit
Well, I can't play that on the radio.
to wear their Trump hat 24/7. Because conservatives are dangerous.
Okay. I'd like to play that on the air, but never play it on the podcast.
To send our warmest and deepest congratulations to the United States of America for their 47th president elected once again.
That's 561-320-8893. At All Year, we offer same-day AC and plumbing service and installation. Zero down payment. Yes, all year. Need plumbing help? Yes, all year. Call us today at 833 All Year. That's 833 All Year.
Is looking for. That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden has been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could.
Medical center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at True Oldies FL.
Alrighty, we are back. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. I want to talk about Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Big announcement out of Mike Lindell and MyPillow. The new flannel sheets are in. Now, the flannel sheets have been around for a while, but Mike Lindell has a whole bunch of new colors and patterns and designs, including the new flannel Christmas sheets from MyPillow. My wife ordered the flannels just last night with the pillowcases, the ones that have the Christmas trees on them. And those of you that have gotten the MyPillow flannel sheets in the past, Mike Lindell has a whole new color palette and designs for the pattern sheets in the flannels that are now available. They're $40 off the regular price with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. And it's also free shipping on all orders over $75. So if you buy 2 sets, you get free shipping on those with our promo code Kane at checkout. They make great Christmas gifts as well. I love the flannel sheets from MyPillow. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, callers on hold, stand by. How many times have you heard people call me about the Trump stock? And they laugh about it on TV. You know, the Trump stock is up 15% since last week, 15%, and it's going up. Okay? So those of us that got in, it's like getting in on Microsoft or Amazon early on. Is what this is going to turn out to be. Can you imagine what that's going to be? That's probably what Barron will be doing when he graduates college. He'll be probably running the Truth Social. So, yeah, it's up. You know, but you know what? All of America is going to be up soon enough. All right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Yes, what's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Eeyore from Rochester.
Hey, Eeyore, what's up?
Oh, what's up? It's happy days are here again.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Well, you know, not even 1 week has changed, and the world has changed. They know that the buck stops here. You know, I was thinking about this. George Washington and the Patriots risked their lives and fortunes to free this country from the British rule and the loyalists to England. State.
That's true.
In 2024, President Trump has done the same fight, putting his fortune, life to save America.
No, you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
Voters will thank people like you and us who voted for President Trump to bring in lower prices for gas, you know, food, rents, interest rates, and moving the illegals out and making us safer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I cannot disagree with anything you said. And this pick of the border czar being Tom Homan, if you're not familiar with Tom Homan, guys, this guy does not play around when it comes to border security. In fact, even out of office, he and his family have been under federal protection because the illegals hate him so much, because he knows how to handle them.
She could pick for this border.
Perfect. There's no one better. There is no one better than Tom Homan to be the border czar.
No. Nobody better than him. Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Okay. I just signed up Friday for the cruise.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't wait to meet you guys.
Oh, great. I look forward to seeing you.
Not only are happy days because of President Trump getting reelected, but now I got the cruise going in March. Then, you know, I saw Dr. Appleton back in June.
I remember.
I have no pain in my knees. You know, the guy's worth 10 times the money he charges. I can't stress enough. I spent 2 years suffering because I heard him on your show. I spent 2 years suffering. I should have went earlier to see him. I would have saved all that pain. Now I'm kicking myself in the butt for this, but I'm happy.
Hey, well, things are good now. Don't worry about the past. Now you're pain free, and I look forward to seeing you on the. You know, on Friday when I got off the air, Ian and I, we took a tour of our ship that we're sailing on in March. It's brand new, and when we got on board, it had that. I told Ian, I said it smells like a new car. It had that. The ship is so new, it has the new car smell. So we're gonna have, you know, that beautiful smell when you get a new car. So I'll see you in March on the cruise. All right, take care. And by the way, if you guys want to join us on the Steve Kane, Brian Craig, MAGA Trump Victory Cruise in March, we leave March 30th on the Celebrity Ascent out of Fort Lauderdale for a 7-day Caribbean cruise. Give Ian a call, 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And if you're by yourself, don't worry. We got a good group of friends and family, and you'll be part of our cruise family, and you'll have a great time. A lot of our people are single and come alone, all right? Both men and women. 561-244-5779. That's Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot, guys, okay? All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. I'm calling about Dr. Apple.
Yes.
I would like to see it, but unfortunately, I cannot afford his price.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, but I'll call him and put you in touch with him. Oh, my goodness. It's always that one last call. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian?
Caller?
Hi, this is Mary in Fort Lauderdale, and I wanted to tell you my
Is Rick Grinnell. I don't really know the others. I don't really know who Bill Haggerty is, and I don't trust Tulsi.
I don't know anything about Haggerty, and Tulsi and Vivek Ramaswamy got to prove themselves a little bit. But Grinnell, you know, I've always liked him, but I saw during the Afghan withdrawal, I heard Grinnell giving analysis on the geopolitical situation. He was talking to Glenn Beck a lot, and I might have heard him on Newsmax because I know he's an executive over there, and I was like blown away by his analysis of the situation. It was very high level analysis, but it was like easy to understand.
And he's super loyal to Trump, and that's the main issue for me.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, he's gay. I mean, you know, he'd be the first. Oh, well, no. This is important because the left and the media say that Trump and MAGA and Republicans are anti-immigrant. Elon Musk and the First Lady, immigrants. All right. They say that we're anti-woman. He just made the first woman chief of staff at the White House. They say we're anti-gay, right? And if he picked Grinnell would be the first openly gay Secretary of State. So these things are important to point out, that these slanders that they throw our way, that none of them are true.
Everything they do, they cast on the Republicans everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you just look and see what they say, and you look at what they're doing, that's what they're doing is what they're
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. That's how they always are. Appreciate the call. Okay. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-465-2630. We're halfway through the show already. I feel like I just walked in the door at the radio station. Call us on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-465-2631. If you're just tuning in, President Trump named Tom Homan to be the border czar. He is the toughest guy on the border that I've ever heard on television. There's no political correct nonsense, okay, with this guy. He's like the perfect, best, tough pick you could imagine. And really outside the box thinking, I would not have even thought about that he would pick a border czar at this point already. And boom, he's already got it. He's got the perfect guy to do it, too. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning.
All right.
Your cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning. This is Jeremy Simon from the All Year Cooling Weather Center. Today we have highs in the mid-80s with partially cloudy skies, but don't let those clouds fool you. We have low chances of rain throughout the day. So stay cool, have a great Monday, and keep it right here on the True Oldies channel.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Speed on 95 at the Turnpike north and south of West Palm. Boca crash has two right lanes blocked. 95 north approaching Homan Park Road. Crash in Boca Jog Road south of Yamato Road. This traffic
Oh, my goodness.
by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum every day. PBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTB action from Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and more. For more info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC and plumbing service and installation. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Need plumbing help? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833 all year. That's 833 all year.
Call 833 all year today for up to 15% off repairs. Terms and conditions apply. Brian Craig here with you. Business with the Association and physical compromised to contracting with a AAA credit rating and market up to $10 million.
Unbelievable. If you're new to my channel, guys, make sure you subscribe. We'll be back shortly from the break. Guys, if you've not already done it, order your copy of Robert Allen Miltenberg's new book, The Sound of Light. It's available on Amazon. And there's a link in the description of the video to the book as well. It's free on Kindle Unlimited. If you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's just $3 on Kindle Unlimited. The paperback is just $9.99. It's a very good book. It's a science fiction book about music and politics. It's been well reviewed by listeners of this program right there on Amazon. So you can go to Amazon and search The Sound of Light from Robert Allen Miltenberg. It'll pop right up. Or you can look in the description of the video and the direct links right there and click it and order it. He's a good MAGA guy. He's in our live chat all the time. The Sound of Light from author Robert Allen Miltenberg on Amazon. Order your copy today, guys. If you're on hold, hang in there. If you want to call in, the number is penned in the live chat. All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. I was just reading this story during the break that I saw in the Drudge Report. There's a lot of speculation that's been going on for years on who owns the Drudge Report now. Is it Matt Drudge? Is it China? This is a story that's on the Drudge Report right now. U.S. military leaders strategize on how to respond to orders from Trump. Listen to this. This is crazy. If this story is true, right? America's military leaders are engaging in informal discussions about how they would respond if President-elect Donald Trump issued orders to use active duty U.S. troops against civilians and aid his mass deportation plans, according to a report. If this story is true, and there are military leaders discussing how they're going to react to orders other than saying yes, sir, and carry them out, these guys should be fired, and maybe they should be arrested. If they're doing this, if these discussions are really happening, this is a crime. This is a military coup going on. If this is true, it's in the Drudge Report, and I just saw in the Drudge Report during the break. If this is true, this is definite treason. Now, so far as using the military for the deportations, this country has been invaded by foreign invaders. And the military may be called to action to take part in that, but it's not up to them. If the president gives an order, they carry it out. I'll tell you another thing, to tell you what kind of lowlife Joe Biden is. There was another assassination attempt over the weekend on President Trump's life from Iran. You may have heard about this on Friday. How many assassination attempts have there been on President Trump from Iran in the last few months? 2, 3? I've lost track. Why are we not seeing Biden on television telling Iran that they need to cut this out or else? Iran's got to be shut down. I mean, how long are we going to let Iran run around with these assassin squads after a president? All right, back to the phones. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, Frankie from Fort Lauderdale.
All right, Frankie, what's up?
Hey, listen, I said 4 years ago when Biden won, I said, sit tight. This will prove just how demented the left is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they can't freaking claim, the popular vote. They can't claim race.
That's right.
They just are, I mean, they have taken a level of hypocrisy and turned it into an art form. But getting back to your the Drudge report, who was that general when Trump was in office?
Milley, General Milley.
I mean, how that is not treasonous. I mean, he's got to go in there and just...
Well, you know, generals, okay, this thing about Milley, he could still be brought up on charges for his actions on January 6th. You know, these senior general officers are always active for the rest of their lives. They're not ever fully inactive. A lot of people don't know that.
And the guy that has to get restored is,
Flynn?
Flynn.
I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe it will. I don't know.
But how can you, I mean, I'm really a little concerned about, what's going on within, but Trump, I think really he was shocked when he got into office for, when he was first elected, just how,
I mean, this story on the Drudge Report, again, this is not the old days of the Drudge Report. I mean, the Drudge Report used to be the political gospel. You could believe it. And years ago, it went HuffPost on us, So I don't know how credible this story is. But if it's true, these generals need to be arrested. They're plotting against the president of the United States.
Nobody questions anything. And the other thing that, I call them the idiot masses, Trump's tariffs, everything you buy now is going to go up in this and that. Okay, well, then buy stuff made here, not in China.
I love how these liberals are telling us that higher taxes are bad for the economy and raise prices when it comes to foreign countries paying taxes and foreign companies, but Americans that are business owners, when their taxes are raised, that doesn't get passed down to the consumer. There's a little conflict there with the Democrats. All of a sudden, taxes are bad. And how dare they advocate to keep Chinese and European taxes lower and want to raise ours?
And one last thing. I saw a thing that said Kamala spent, I don't know how many billions on her election, paid Oprah $1 million.
That's right.
Now she's $20 million in debt. And she was going to be in charge of our economy. I mean, it's
well, not only that, she was paying all these celebrities like Oprah and Harrison Ford, okay, and Beyonce, but she stiffed her vendors, right? The people that set up the chairs and do all that stuff. And over the weekend, President Trump said he'll pay the vendors out of the RNC money that they've dissed.
But he went bankrupt, and isn't he just? It's just brainwashing of the left. It's just, I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate the call. Good call.
All right, man. I'd love to see you on the cruise, but can't take a vacation.
Hey, well, you know me. I can't either, so I made it part of work. It's a working vacation. All right. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah. Hey, George. What about Israel turning Iran into a parking lot?
I just wish you would lose our number. You're not welcome to call.
Expose you because you're a backstab MAGA people.
I'm backstabbing MAGA. I don't even know you. All I know is you've got nothing to say, and you're a terrible caller.
Well, I want to expose you because you're
expose me. Yeah, I know. Yes.
Phony.
Yeah. And look at you. You're stealing Steve Kane's line. You don't even have your own material. See, that's why you suck as a caller. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, I'm calling about...
Oh, my gosh. And oh, boy. let me tell you before we go back to the phone. Every once in a while we have to do, we got to prove to you that we take the call screenless. That guy would, by the way, if the calls were screened, you guys wouldn't even know who that guy was. I want to talk, though. I got so many people to talk about here today. The show's going by so fast. I can't believe we're more than halfway through the show. I want to talk about Joe Thomas. Listen, if you're tired of your investments going up and down, give Joe Thomas a call. The only stock I own is the Trump stock. I'll own that for life. That's kind of just like That's like a vanity thing. Hopefully it'll go up. It is going up. It's 15% up, but I'm not into the stock market. And the reason I'm not into the stock market is for the same reason that that I don't gamble. I don't like gambling. And to me, the stock market's gambling. So if you're like me, you're tired of your investments going up and down and sideways and everyone else, give Joe Thomas a call. Talk to him about annuities. You know, with annuities, not only is your money safe, you're not going to lose your investment, you can generate income when you're retired. It's absolutely amazing. You can also talk to him about tax-deferred growth on top of guaranteed income for life. Here's his number, 561-743-0999. Now, he's offering no-charge phone consultations. You just got to mention that you heard him on the radio. And no matter where you are in America, you can take advantage of the no-charge phone consultation with Joe Thomas. 561-743-0999. That's 561-743-0999. And online, JupiterJoe.com. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
William says the female lady is worse than he. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The female lady should be in prison.
Lindell is offering wholesale pricing for Christmas. The standard My Pillow, just $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. That's right, just $14.88 and free shipping on orders over $75. So go to mypillow.com right now.
2 openings on our board if you want to call in.
And get the standard My Pillow for just $14.88, the lowest price ever. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane.
Oh. All right. We still haven't heard from any of our missing in action Democrats and Never Trumpers. You're on the air.
Good morning, Brian. I'm calling to ask you a question. Did you watch the video of Rachel Maddow last week? Right, the day after the election?
Which one? What did she say?
Yeah, the one after the election where she was practically threatening to overthrow the Trump.
Well, what did she say? I missed that.
You have to find it online, but it was disgusting to watch. She was pretty much implying that the American government has moved from democracy to a theocracy.
Oh, really? A theocracy. Yeah. The majority of the electorate. He won the majority vote in the whole country, the popular vote. But that's dictatorship, right? Yeah.
It's a very dangerous video because she was telling her people, liberals, to not give up. That now is what they.
Do you know how many elections? Let me tell you. You know how many elections that I've had to go on the air the next day after we lost? I mean, a lot. And if Kamala Harris, God help us, would have won last week, I would have been here the next day talking about it. I wouldn't have been happy, you know. And I wanted to, by the way, thanks for the call. I appreciate that. I talked about this on my podcast over the weekend, but I want to talk about it with you guys now. This is an important thing. When Obama won in 2008, that was a real rough election, okay? And it was pretty hot and heated. And the day after Obama won, do you think we were happy? Hell no. And we were on the air the next day taking calls. And, you know, these Democrats, we haven't heard from them since Trump won last week. None of our liberals have called in. None of them since Trump won. But I'll tell you, when Obama won, Steve and I were hearing from all the liberals, and they were laughing at us, having a great time. We sat here every day, took the calls. That's the job. That's America. But Steve and I did something that these people in the media can't do. Obama won with a big chunk of the vote, okay? And Steve and I the next day said, okay, we lost, and we were not happy about it. We lost. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to give him an amnesty, Obama. We did this on the air. And we said all the things that we brought up in the campaign, you know, the Joe the Plumber, the Jeremiah Wright, all that stuff, even the birth certificate. We're not going to bring any of that stuff up. We're only going to talk about what Obama does moving forward for about 6 months. Okay? And because we lost, we handled it like men and gentlemen, and we gave the jerk a chance. Now, it didn't take him long to start screwing up. But we said we're going to start from zero with Obama. He just won, he's president-elect, and we're only going to talk about, for the immediate future, things that he does from this point forward, not all the old things. And that's just the way it is. You know, and when you lose an election, you don't incite an insurrection, which is what they're trying to do. You know, they got these generals meeting, this thing that Rachel Maddow's talking about. I've seen what they're saying on The View and all this. They've lost their minds. I mean, they're telling us now that Hispanics are white supremacists because he got so many Hispanic voters, President Trump. I mean, that's insane. To be a white supremacist, you've got to be white. White supremacists don't let non-white people in their ranks. But they can't do it. And what's happened with these people is they have spent the last 9 years fighting against something, and they just lost. And they just can't accept it because liberals are nut jobs. Steve and I, when we lost to Obama, that was not fun. There's been other elections we've lost too, but that was a really nasty one. That guy should not have won. Obama's a bad guy. What's going on now with all this DEI and the trans and the border, that's all Obama. Okay? You know, we're still suffering through Obama. Now, Obama's done now because he backed this idiot loser. Now, another thing, too, there's one opening on our board, but I want to say this, and I'm not the only one talking about this. Some other people are talking about this as well. Have you not noticed the similarities between the backgrounds of Obama and Kamala? There's some connection between these two that we don't know about. And I'm not saying that they had an affair. I'm talking about way back when. I'm talking about, did their parents know each other? Did Frank Marshall Davis know Kamala Harris's Marxist father? So there's some connection. And again, I am not the only one talking about this. Others are talking about it. And I don't know what this connection is. But the background of Barack and Kamala are too similar. Too similar. Marxist fathers, foreign parents, growing up in foreign lands, her Canada, him Indonesia. You know, there's something about these two. And I hope it's uncovered because there's some bad people that have given us these two candidates. All right, let's go back to the phones. One opening on the board. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, my God. No, stop calling. Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
John.
Hey, John.
Question.
How do you feel about the Second Amendment?
I support the Second Amendment, like all the amendments of our Constitution.
Why do you think it's so important?
Well, it's not that I think it's important. The Founding Fathers made it the second of the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and they thought it was important. And
Like, why do you think the whole purpose of it was for?
the purpose of the Second Amendment was this, okay? How old are you?
38.
You're too young for this, okay. There used to be a thing called Schoolhouse Rock about, you wouldn't get the Schoolhouse Rock reference. When the United States declared independence and went to war, okay, with England, and General Washington rallied an army, where did the army, the Continental Army of George Washington, where did they get their guns? Do you know? Where did they get their guns?
Good question. Can you?
I know. What do you think?
You know the answer.
They brought them from home. The army of General Washington in the early days, the guns that they had were their own personal weapons that they brought from home. So that's why we have a Second Amendment.
Do you think that because someone becomes a member of the military that they automatically waive their rights, their Second Amendment rights?
I don't know about that, but when you join the military, because we have a 100% volunteer military force, okay? And when people join the military, they agree during the time of military service to give up some of their rights, including First Amendment rights of free speech. When you join the service, you do not enjoy all the freedoms that non-military people enjoy. But that's something you volunteer to do.
Be clear.
Why don't you get to your point, though? Get to your point. What point are you trying to make?
My point is that you're ascribing legal opinions regarding the military making plans on potentially planning in case to use the military to force.
What kind of accent am I hearing? What kind of accent do you have?
What kind of accent do I have?
I hear an accent. It's not.
Yes.
I don't know. It's not American. It's not an American accent.
I don't know. My birth certificate says so.
Oh, sure. You can have. You can be born in the United States and have an accent. Where are you calling me from?
I'm from Utah.
Utah. Okay. You originally from Utah?
Yeah. No, I'm originally from Southern California.
Oh, okay. So you got like a Mexican accent or Venezuelan accent. I'm hearing a tinge of Hispanic accent, right?
I'm not even Latino.
What are you then? You got an accent.
I'm Italian.
Oh, you're Italian. See, I there's some kind of accent with you, and this is not a Utah accent. So what point are you trying to get to?
My point is that he directly said that he would use the military to force basically anything that he wants on the American people.
This is not an Italian. I don't care what you're telling me. This is not an Italian accent you have. It's not. You do not have an American accent, and you don't have an Italian accent. Okay.
Don't only live in the East Coast, right? They immigrated there, but they don't all live there.
I understand, but you have a foreign accent, is what I'm telling you. It's just this is not an Italian.
I've met a lot of Hispanics from Texas that
not that
much different from white Texans. So.
Okay, so here, but the point is that you have some interest you're not sharing. But here's the thing: yes, using the military, if necessary, to do the deportations of the illegals is appropriate. This country is being invaded by foreigners that are marching like an army into the United States every second of every day, and they've been doing it for 3.5 years. So when our country is invaded,
About what he said.
What? Well, you tell me what he said.
He didn't just say he was going to use the military just to deport immigrants. He also said he was going to use it against the American people.
No, he did not. He never said that. That's a liberal urban legend. That's not true. He did not say that.
That he's on video.
No, he's not on video. I'll tell you what. You find him. I'll tell you this. You can DM me on Twitter, Brian Craig Show on Twitter. You DM me the video of him saying he's going to use the military to arrest U.S. citizens. I will play it on the air today after the top of the hour break. He never said that.
And what will you say after that if I find a video of that?
If it is a real video, okay, of Donald Trump saying he's going to use the United States military against U.S. citizens, I will play it on the air and say I was wrong.
For it to be a legitimate video?
Well, it can't be like AI or something. It has to be him.
Okay, so
I mean, if I have to explain what legitimate is, you're gonna find what you're gonna find is that he didn't say that. And also, well, then give me that video. Give me the no. I can't. No, I gotta see this video. Let me tell you something. I have seen almost every speech and interview Donald Trump has given in the last 10 years. I've missed very few of them. He never said anything like that. I'd have to hear it.
Concede here on live that if I do find a legitimate video, which you can't even give me a somewhat of a...
Well, it has to be also, context is important too. If, like sometimes Donald Trump will say something and tell a joke or be like this thing, I'll be a dictator on day one. That was sarcasm when he was talking to Hannity, okay? That doesn't mean he's actually planning on being a dictator. You get it? So I'd have to see the video before I respond to it, but the video does not exist. But so far as on the deportations, using the military to repel foreign invaders from the United States is appropriate.
I don't know if it has to go that far. I mean, we have we have the border patrol for that, but
Yeah. Do you speak Italian, by the way? Do you speak Italian?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, I don't speak Italian. I'm generations here.
No. What about Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? Do you speak Spanish?
No, not really.
Not really? Not really? Is it no? I don't know. I'm just this. There's something about you with this accent. You're not being true. You're not being forthcoming. Listen, I'm out of time for this hour. You do not have. This is not no. I'm not a racist. First off, no. I'm not a racist. Because you're lying. This is not I'm out of time. I got to break. It's not an Italian or American accent you have. We'll be right back.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and Hurry Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Being paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning. This is Jeremy Simon from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today we have highs in the mid-80s with partially cloudy skies, but don't let those clouds fool you.
You guys let me know in the chat. Did you guys hear an accent with that guy?
Stay cool, have a great Monday, and keep it right here.
That was not an American or Italian accent. I'm sorry.
Brought to you by All-Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All-Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Yeah. And to me, it sounded like an LA Hispanic accent, like a Mexican accent you get like in LA.
This traffic update is sponsored by Lowe's. It's Black
Yeah.
Friday build up at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details while supplies last. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Poker Room at PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, manufactured jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum every day. PBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTP action. Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and more. For more info,
No, that was not Italian. I'm sorry. That guy's not Italian. Oh, did you guys hear that at the top? By the way, every line on the board is lit. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Jupiter Joe Thomas is sponsoring the Christmas music. Did you hear when that started, Jeremy? When? Today? Today? Is it today that the Christmas... You know, let me tell you about the Christmas oldies. Joe Thomas sponsored this last year. These are like the real Christmas songs. Not that Mariah Carey thing that they play on all the other radio stations. Not that Bruce Springsteen Christmas, like the real Christmas music. So I'm glad he's doing that again. You think it's today? Today at noon? Okay. I'll be listening. All right, every line on the board is lit. Let me give you some context with that call, okay? Because I was short on time and had to break for the top of the hour. Why am I asking this guy about the accent, you might wonder? First off, he's concerned about the deportations. He's got an accent that is a Hispanic accent that you would hear like in Southern California, okay? That is not a Utah accent. It's not an American accent. And it's certainly not an Italian accent, all right? So it's important, you know, when I'm talking to callers and I ask them questions, how old are you? Where what do you do for a living? Do you have, you know, it's to get some information to understand where they're coming from. Okay? Everyone has an opinion on issues based on something. And humans, we are selfish creatures. And the deportations have him upset because he or friends or family of his, he's afraid may get deported. And it shows you the arrogance of the illegals that they think they are entitled to be here. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Good morning. Brother Brian IB.
Hey, IB.
I lived there about 30 plus years, graduated high school in Miami, and I could hear a Latino person talk, and I could hear different words and dialect. It's like listening to a Canadian, me. So that guy's definitely Hispanic.
That's Hispanic, like Southern California Hispanic, not Miami Cuban Hispanic.
Yeah, he probably just integrated in the school and sounds pretty good, like the Spanish people back at your high school you graduated from. When he says he's going to use all of our assets and he's going to designate these militias in South America and all these people bringing in all the drugs and exploiting the children. They will be designated terrorists, and he's going to use the full force under his power to stop them. Dana Bash, this lady talking about separating of the kids. You see, when reality smacks them in the face, when the guy says deport the whole family, that's when they get stuck and they want to move on. They don't want to face the reality. Just like when you told that person betting on the election is no different than betting on a horse race. And when they realize that what they wanted to think is in reality, then they wanted to move forward.
Mm-hmm. All right, appreciate the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Once, twice. All right, you missed your opportunity. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Not much.
Hey, man, you said something about the connection, right, with Obama and Kamala.
Well, their backgrounds are too similar, is what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing. I just wanted to help, talk about that a little bit. Because there's been a lot of things going on behind the scenes that don't get discussed. And, what happened with the kid, the guy that was claiming that Obama was doing drugs and stuff with him and having sex. Like, they don't want all these stories put out, but
Well, no, what I'm talking about. Okay, let me focus in. Obama and again, I am not the only one talking about this. Others have picked up on this too. Kamala and Obama both have foreign Marxist fathers. Both grew up in foreign lands. Obama, Indonesia, Kamala, Canada. Okay, there's some and he backed her, and how he backed her to be he's responsible for her being vice president. So what I'm telling you is did Frank Marshall Davis know her parents too? Did her parents and Obama's parents know it? There's a connection that no one has found yet between these two. And I now both of them are out of the. Obama's done. He's lost everything, right, with this election, and she's certainly done. But I still like to know who pushed these two Marxist on us.
Well, it's the bigger powers that want to control.
Nah, that's too vague. Their backgrounds are carbon copies. It's almost like they went to some spy school together. Their backgrounds are too similar. The only difference, and they're both biracial, the only differences between the two of them is their gender.
But I'm saying, like, a lot of the things that they do it's never discussed, man. Like, there was, if you go deep in the rabbit hole with things getting exposed with Biden, Hunter.
I don't want to go through all that stuff today, but hey, listen, I appreciate the call, though. You made some good points. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, you're on the air.
Hey, man, my name is Chris. I'm calling from Texas.
And by the way, I'm checking my DMs on Twitter. That guy has not sent me the video in question, okay? So I think what he's going to find is Rachel Maddow's been telling him some things that are not true.
Yeah, I don't even bother listening to them because it's just so frustrating how much they lie. I can't. I just get mad. I just can't do it.
So why'd you call? What's on your mind?
Hey, man, seeing Trump's videos about his plans, and it sounds like he really wants to change up the government. And do you think he can actually accomplish it? Because it's like really great. Like he wants to shake it up, but
yes,
I really hope he can.
It's more than a 4-year project. Draining the swamp is a multi-decade process. Donald Trump, he said the other day that he's going to issue an executive order forbidding anyone from the government working with members of the media. That's a big one. That's huge.
I'm just worried about whoever's coming up the next one.
You're worried about the next election. We haven't even gotten Trump sworn in yet. You're worried about the next election. Look how well this one turned out. And Trump said over the weekend that he's going to make Election Day a national holiday. We've got the presidency in both houses of Congress. That's going to be a law. Election Day is going to be a national holiday. That's a big deal. Republicans have been talking about that forever. He's going to do it.
What idea?
The elections are held at the state level. I don't know if he can do that. Maybe for a federal election, he can require photo ID. I don't know. I would, Elon Musk released a map of the blue states and the red state breakdown, and he pointed out the states that do not require photo ID. They're the blue states. Every blue state does not require photo ID. The Democrats did not win a single state that requires photo ID to vote. Isn't that something?
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, interesting how that worked out.
So what I'm telling you is that's on Elon Musk's mind because he posted that on X over the weekend. So if that's on, Elon Musk is Donald Trump's closest and best friend. You can tell that, right? So if that's on Elon Musk's mind, it's on Trump's mind. So if there's a solution to that, they'll do it. I don't see why they can't pass a federal law requiring that in regards to federal elections. You can't do it on local elections, state elections, but on federal elections you can. I would think.
Yeah, the argument about voter ID being racist just false flat on his face. It doesn't make any sense.
No, they say black. Yeah, they say black people don't have ID. That's not. Everybody has ID. Even the poorest of the poor have ID. You can't get your government benefits without photo ID. Everybody has photo ID in America. Okay, it's not the 1800s.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Appreciate the call. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Matt.
Oh my. Oh, sorry, Maddie. Yeah, go ahead. Yep. Go ahead, Matt. Yes.
And when we got disconnected, you said, I wish you'd...
Oh, I was talking about the guy with the cartoon voice. He's on hold again. It wasn't you. I was talking. It wasn't you, Maddie. It wasn't you. It was the guy. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the cartoon voice that I keep saying to lose my number. That's who I was talking to. But when I hung up on him, I hit your line. Okay.
Whatever. I don't care what you said about me.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about that guy.
I just want to say something. One of the reasons I love Rick Scott, and I'm sure you remember this, he was the first and only one to go to the courthouse to back Trump, and he admonished the Republicans for not going. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they came in droves, but it was Rick Scott that did it.
And let me tell you, Rick Scott, I don't want to get sidetracked on this too much, but he was the governor of Florida before DeSantis for 8 years. He made changes in Florida where we don't have, after hurricanes, we don't have gas shortages anymore, and we don't lose power as much as we used to. And what he did is he required gas stations to have generators, which they didn't have before. And the reason we'd run out of gas is the electricity would be out, and the gas stations pumps wouldn't work. He also, and this has been going on for a decade. It's still going on. But he started this as governor. He had the trees cut down around power lines throughout the state. The reason you lose power during a hurricane, trees fall on the power lines. So he started cutting the trees down around the power lines. He also began, about a decade ago, replacing all of the wooden power lines with concrete power lines statewide. And because of that, those of you that are Floridians, we really, even with these super bad hurricanes that have hit over the last couple years, we don't lose electricity like we used to, and you don't wait in line for a day to get a couple gallons of gas like we used to. And the reason, and no one did this other than Rick Scott when he was governor, and he is so competent. He is like the most everyone wants to act. DeSantis didn't do squat, okay? He's all smoke and mirrors, okay, with his high heels. Rick Scott is the most competent governor Florida has ever had. And those of you that are Floridians, before he made these changes, when we had electricity, we had a hurricane, you had no electricity and you had no gas. We don't have gas shortages, and the power, I haven't lost my power in years during a hurricane because of him.
He also, I'm not sure, but get some of the power lines to be put underground.
I don't know about the underground, but I know that the ones that had the wooden poles have been replaced by concrete. This is an ongoing process. Florida's a big state, okay? The project's still going on, but a lot of it's done. And I know it sounds, not like a big, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
They get hurricanes all the time.
But Jeb Bush or any other governor never thought of that, and he did it. And those were big, big things, especially the,
Quiet Ray, he is great. I hope he's picked, but if not, whoever Trump picks is fine with me. I've loved Trump since he came down the escalator, and I've almost lost friends over it. I have to stick to what I think is right, and I think he's going to be great, and he is great, and that's all I have to say.
All right, Maddie. But I was not talking to you. I was talking to that guy, and I hit your line by mistake.
I didn't take it personally.
Oh no, you brought it up. I just wanted you to know. Anyway, all right. I am going to hang up now because I got to go. Okay, we'll be right back. Did you guys see this video of Biden over the weekend? Oh, hold on, I just lost it. Hold on, let me pull it up again. Yeah, here it is. I mean, look at this. Where is that? Where did I just lost it again. I keep losing that video. There it is.
My name's Sean calling from Boca Raton. I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve. I went in there last week. I had a knee problem.
Now watch this.
I feel so much better. I brought my mother there yesterday.
Watch this video. Oh my gosh. Somebody is trying to stop me from showing you guys this video. Someone does not want me to show you guys this video. Here it is. Look at this. This is over the weekend, guys. Watch this. Look at his legs. It gets. Keep watching. Look at this. He can't even walk. That is real. That is real. It's pretty bad. Look at that. That is insane.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, we're sailing for 7 nights on
Completely insane.
newest ship, the Ascent to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're gonna go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world.
Alrighty, we are back. There's only one opening on our board at 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Chris.
But, hey, great show, man. I mean, 100%. I just want to comment real quick on Senator Scott before I hit that get you around. But I advocated for him as much as I did for President Trump because same thing, governor, proven senator, and he's great. And I hope actually President Trump doesn't steal him. I hope he consults and be a great senator for him and get on committees and everything else. But I want him to stay our senator here in Florida.
Well, yeah. He's good, and DeSantis is desperate to get one of our senators another job. And I'm telling you that this thing in this, I remember last week they were talking about Marco Rubio being Secretary of State, which seems strange to me, which would free up a Senate seat. Now this thing doesn't work out with Rick Scott to be the Senate leader, by the establishment. He could find his way in Trump's cabinet, okay? That frees up that Senate spot, that he just got reelected to. DeSantis is trying to get one of these two Senate seats. DeSantis or Rick Scott. He's got nowhere to go. He's unelectable forever. The governor gets to appoint a replacement, before there's a, I don't even know what the special election requirements are when they're first elected in Florida. We've never really faced it quite like this with this much time left with either of these guys. So a lot of what's going on in this Senate battle, I think, has to do with them trying to get a job for Ron DeSantis.
Oh gosh, I hope not. It makes sense, but goodness, I'd hate to have to be forced to vote for him because I wouldn't vote for the Democrat. But goodness, this guy, they have to keep an eye on him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, hey, great show. When you walked that guy down the path, but first, I would have bet my life on the fact when you asked him if he spoke Italian that he did not. It would be a no. What a liar!
You heard the. Listen, the guy is maybe he's in hiding. Maybe he's a hiding illegal. I don't know, but he has like a Mexican accent, a Southern California Mexican accent. He's against the deportations because he connects to it somehow, either him or family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I get it, but be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Be honest. Why lie like that? And that leads me to, the comparisons to Obama and Harris. Now, that's a big picture, and you got something really deep because there are lots of factions of the Democratic Party, and several of them are to tear this country down. That's why our first two supposedly ethnic, leaders, they're part of a group that wants to tear us down. Obama, oh my goodness, he cared more for certain factions of international interest than he did America. And Kamala the same way. I mean, my goodness.
But their backstory is a carbon copy of the other. There's just it's almost like some foreign entity crafted these two in some, I don't know, wherever they send the American spies in Russia that they're training to be American. You know what I mean? There's just something about these two that's too similar.
100%. And we've seen it in other areas like, say, Buttigieg and different ones that are being groomed. There are foreigner interests grooming.
Oh, Buttigieg is out. I mean, 4 years ago, he was the it guy or girl, whatever. And nobody even talks about him anymore. He's done.
There's a lot of grooming going on, and not just a coincidence.
I mean, he's going to go from the Biden administration to maybe leading one of those national gay groups or something, but he's done. Maybe he'll find his way in Congress somewhere, but he's not going to be president, that weirdo. He's a weird dude.
Oh, you definitely. And believe me, one thing in mind, similar to Rachel Maddow, who just pushed another movement of distraction we don't need, like what they're doing to our military now.
Mm-hmm.
This politically correct stuff that, Trump put a finger on. That's why he has a lot of enemies, because he's like, we don't need these distractions. We definitely don't need them in the military.
Yeah. Every line on the board is filled, and half the board are people that are trying to, because we have a way around, they're trying to block their phone number. Half the people on hold, there's always a one or two, but it's like, what's going on here? Why are so many people calling me you're all going to get on. I don't understand why you're trying to block your number. Notice, emphasize on trying.
They're not liars, and they bring some interest to the show.
I'm still checking my DMs. That guy from Utah, the Italian from Utah, has not sent me that video of Trump saying he's going to use the military against U.S. citizens. I'm waiting for that. All right, appreciate the call. All right, now, President Trump named Tom Homan, who you see on Fox all the time, as the border czar. I want to play this clip. I played this in the first hour, but this is great. President Trump is hiring the best. This is Tom Homan on 60 Minutes, and they're talking to Homan about the deportation and the splitting up of families. Listen.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is it worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
I love it. You can deport the whole family, then no one's separated. Who says that? I mean, that's the kind of people we need. He is the perfect pick. And as the border czar, he'll be in charge of the deportations too. At least a big chunk of it. Okay, there's one opening on the board. If you'd like to call in, please do. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll take our bottom of the hour break, come back with your calls and more after this.
Making morning radio great again. You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the all-year cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning. This is Jeremy Simon from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today we have highs in the mid-80s with partially cloudy skies, but don't let those clouds fool you. We have low chance of
This
rain.
15-second turmeric.
So stay cool, have a great Monday, and keep it right here on the True Oldies channel.
Bless you, whoever that was.
All-year cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All-Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Southbound stop for delays between 10th Avenue North and Lantana Road. Turnpike southbound, slow past Lakeworth Road. Brooklyn crash, John Road south of Colorado. This traffic update is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Poker Room at PBKC is open every day with 65 tables in action, including cash games, high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum every day. PBKC is also for exciting OTB action from Churchill Downs, Coral, Del Mar, and more. For more info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
This is your time. Your time to really focus on wellness. Wellness of mind, body and spirit. Amrit Ocean Resort is now open on Singer Island, the next generation luxury wellness resort, merging Eastern principles and Western luxury. The 4-story wellness spa is like nothing you've experienced before. Hydrothermal water therapy, hot and cold pools, steam, sauna room, inhalation salt therapy chamber, and Arctic chill fountains, all designed to detox and relax.
Hey, Brian. Hey, how's it going?
On picture-perfect beaches and impressive facilities of Amrit Ocean Resort. Face and body treatments, experiences, reflexology and massage. Explore all available offers at amritocean.com. That's AMRITOcean.com.
Oh my goodness.
Festival is November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater in Boca Raton. 10 bands on stage and epic memories with brands. Experience Samantha Fish, Tab Benoit, Ali Venable, Buddy Waterson, Bud Morganfield, Vanessa Collier, and more. Get your tickets today to the Boca Blues Festival November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater. Tickets at BocaBluesFest.com. BocaBluesFest.com.
Medicare recipients, listen up. Open enrollment is the only time of year you can make changes to your existing Medicare plan. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, no matter where you're located in the state of Florida, for expert help this open enrollment period. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. Every line on the board is lit. Half of the line are trying to block out their phone numbers. You know, a couple weeks ago, I had to ban one of our callers for some stunt that they pulled, but they had asked me a question, and they said, how many times have you had 100,000 people? And I said, today on today's show, just online this morning, over 100,000 people have tuned into this program today, just on YouTube. That's not even including the radio. I just looked during the break. I was surprised. I don't usually check those things while I'm on the air. But right now, let's see, just over 108,000 just on YouTube this morning for the person that asked about that. And that's pretty much every day. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's see, who's been on hold the longest? Yes. You're on the air.
Hello?
You're on the air. Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, Brian. How are you? Listen, Brian, I just wanted to say that, President Trump, he said that people who work
That's
for
Jeremy the
government,
He's-
or CIA, FBI, whatever,
Yeah.
cannot work anymore in this mainstream media, whatever. I am so tired. I am so tired of talking about these people. I don't know what their name is. View, right? The View show. They lie. They are racist. They say that Latino people are racist. I mean, they're not even.
But you know, I'm going to tell you something. What's going to happen? You're going to start to see this on MSNBC and The View and other liberal news outlets. They have spent almost an entire decade trying to stop Trump, and they have failed. Not only have they failed, he's more popular than ever. And a lot of these liberals, it's starting to happen already to some of the liberal big mouths. They're having artificial support from Democrat donors to prop their programs up, and they're starting to flee. So you're going to see some big changes on The View, on MSNBC, and some other places as well. Because these Democrats that have been secretly supporting all these Trump-hating Trump's not going to run again, ever. This is his second and last term. He will not run again. So this idea, trying to stop Trump, it can't be done. You can't stop Trump now because he's got his second term and that's it.
So they're not irrelevant, and we should not talk about them anymore. And they need to get fired because they are racist. They divide people.
Mm-hmm.
People voted for something. Over, gone. I don't know why they show their clips. I don't care. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, the clip, you're talking about the clip. The clip does not exist. You know, the guy that called in the last hour, the Utah Italian, okay, give me a break, the Utah Italian, I give me a break, I know, give me a break, But I told him, I said, DM me this video of Trump saying he's going to use the military against U.S. citizens. I'll play it on the air. DM it to me on Twitter. I haven't gotten a DM with this video from him. I'm monitoring. And I think he's surprised. I'm sure he's looking for it, and he's probably in shock that he can't find it. Listen, they've been lying to you on MSNBC, guy. Okay, the Italian from Utah. Rachel Maddow's been lying to you. Trump never said that. That's why you can't find it.
No, they need to stop. We the people, we don't want their lives anymore. We don't want their race. They're really racist.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying Asian and Latino man or woman or they're bad people.
They're saying that Asia. No, this is not a joke. They're saying that Asians who voted for Trump are white supremacists. Asians! You can't be a white supremacist if you're not white.
It's crazy.
Now, so people don't think that I was just picking on that guy. Listen, so people don't think I was picking on the Utah guy. Where's your funny accent from? What kind of accent is this that you have? You've got an accent.
Yes, well, because I'm American citizen, but I'm also half French.
French accent. There you go. See, it's not that easy. It's not that hard. Just tell the truth. All right, but to you, I have an accent, right?
No, you don't.
This is an American accent. No, this is an American accent. Thank you very much for your call. Oh my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Brian, is that me?
Yes, it's you.
Good morning, Brian. Listen, I want to first of all congratulations on what you do, man. But here's the thing I want to talk about real quick. Mitch McConnell, okay, is going behind everybody's back and trying to nominate, a majority leader. He's trying to think.
Listen, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Mitch McConnell is a Chinese agent. Okay? His wife is his Chinese handler, his CCP handler. Everybody knows this. How does a guy, Mitch McConnell is probably the most physically repulsive man alive, right? Could you be uglier than Mitch McConnell? Is it possible? Now, his wife is not a bad-looking woman, okay? She's from China. Her family are very, very wealthy in China. Millionaires many times over. Her father, Mitch McConnell's father-in-law, went to school with the president of China, okay? So why does a millionaire with political connections, that's not bad looking, marry the most physically repulsive man in Washington?
Money.
No. She's a CCP agent who's handling Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell's trying to screw things up for China against Trump. That's what's going on here. This guy, come on. Why would Elaine Chao is his wife. She was Secretary of Transportation under Trump in his first term. Okay? She's not a bad-looking woman, and she's rich, and she's married to this guy. He's rich because of her. She didn't marry him for money. She was already an heiress. She made him rich.
Brian, here's the other thing. Why are we talking to Mike Rogers? That guy's a rhino, man.
Don't worry. Trump's got everything under control.
We got to get rid of this guy. This guy's
Trump, listen, I'm here to tell you that whoever ends up being the Senate Majority Leader will be Trump's pick, even if it doesn't seem that way.
Got nominated for that, didn't we not?
If it's not Rick Scott and it's one of these guys that's a jerk, whoever becomes the Senate leader will only become the Senate leader because Trump wants them to be.
Absolutely. I mean, you have worked so hard on this radio station to bring us up to what's going on, and we've come so far, man, that we can't allow these things to go on and fear Trump for what he's going to do in the next 4 years.
Trump has everything under control. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everybody and their brothers telling me I need to talk. You got to bring up the tweets. Trump's got everything under control.
Okay, I believe you.
Listen. How many times have they tried to kill him in the last couple months? They shot him. Did you see they got another Iranian plot? He just won the popular vote. He's got everything under control. Don't worry about it.
Been there badly, brother. We need him badly.
All right, take care. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, great show, man. And thank God for Donald J. Trump, the greatest president ever. In North Carolina, I'm from North Carolina, I got gas yesterday. It was $3.09. At the same gas station, it's $2.89.
Wow.
Donald J. Trump has not even taken office yet. What great things are we going to have here in America when he does take office, brother?
That's right. I know. It's exciting.
Man, I really like your show. After Rush passed, I was a little depressed, but man, you took me up. Thank you for Maga.
All right. Appreciate the call. And you've got a very good taste in radio shows. Okay, what time is it? Okay, let's take one more call, then we'll break. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, how you doing, man?
All right, man.
Hey, listen, I want to just go back quickly to something you said about the similarity between Obama and...
Yep.
Now, understand this, that these two people, they are of the same, one of the same. They are posterity or children of Marxists, what you call petty bourgeois.
Well, wasn't Obama's dad a college teacher too? What did he do? Yeah, he was a Marxist communist teacher. You know, yeah.
Exactly. That's what they are. And Americans, especially those who are born here, don't realize that the enemies of this country,
I'm telling you, Frank Marshall Davis knew both the parents or something. There's a connection between Obama and Kamala's background, probably through their parents, the fathers, that we don't know about. I'm telling you.
I want to run something quickly here, and Brian, listen. This is what I believe is going to happen. Joe Biden is going to grant clemency to the J6 rioters because he's sore. You can see it out on his face that he's not going to pardon his son. So what he's going to do, he's going to grant clemency to the J6 rioters, forcing Trump to pardon his son.
Well, let me tell you, if Joe Biden is never going to run for office again. He's retired. If he doesn't pardon his son, Hunter, he's the worst father I've ever known in my life. Why not pardon him? Who cares that he said he wouldn't? He's got the power of the pardon. Pardon your kid, Biden. Come on. I mean, listen, he loves Bo more than Hunter. Everybody knows this. He always talks about Bo. And Hunter has a lot of issues with his dad because he knows that he loves Bo better. Even if Bo, and it's not just because Bo died. He always loved Bo better than him. That's why do you think he left the laptops at the guy's place, okay? Let's get back at Dad. Pardon your kid, Joe, all right? Pardon your son. Well, here's the thing. Jill doesn't care about Hunter. She's not Hunter's mom. She's Hunter's stepmom. Okay, so she doesn't care about Hunter.
He's gonna do something which is unthinkable, forcing Trump to do something what is.
Biden doesn't need Trump to do anything. Biden can pardon Hunter today. The last minute that he's president, he can do it. Why does he care? Huh?
He's not gonna do it.
If he doesn't, his legacy. He's a one-termer who dropped out of the race. You know what kind of legacy? Pardon your kid. I'd do it. No matter what no matter what my child did, if I was in his position, I would pardon them. All right, hey, listen, I got to run. Take care. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the first Gold and Precious Metals report of the week. William Youngerman, how are the metals starting off?
Metals starting off giving us a great buying opportunity, getting down to the low area that we saw last week and finding some support, but the buying opportunity still exists. Friday we saw gold drop $22.40, closing out the week at $2,683.70 the ounce. Silver was down 69 cents, closing out the week at $31.28, while platinum lost $26 at $9.68, and palladium was down $36 at $9.74. Overnight, we've seen gold trade in the low of $26.35, the high of $26.86, and right now we're at $2,637 for gold, down $46.70. Silver down 53 cents at $30.75 the ounce. Platinum down up $3. The only one that's up. Platinum up $3 at $9.71,
and palladium down $4 at $970 an ounce. It's in trading day with it being a holiday, and some of the markets are closed. So this is a great day to take advantage of this dip, because we always see these exaggerations when the markets are being thinly traded, and this is a day to take advantage of this dip.
So you're open today?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, so it's a great time to load up on gold and silver because there's bargain prices today, and William Youngerman is open regular business hours today. He opens up at 10 a.m. His address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. His number, toll-free from anywhere, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. And you can find both William Youngerman's address and phone number on his website, williamyoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, we'll be right back.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All righty, and there's only one opening on the board where William Youngerman was at. Before we go back to the phones, though, I want to ask you this question. Are you and your family drinking toxic water? Mine was. My family not only was drinking toxic water, we were cooking with it and bathing with it, too. Isn't that nice? I mean, my goodness, it's unbelievable. You know, before Angel Water came to my house, I had no idea what we were drinking and bathing with and cooking with. You know, and what I've learned now that I've had the Angel water filtration system in my house for a couple of months now, that a water filtration system is not a luxury. It is actually a necessity. It really, truly is. And it's so amazing to have. And you could tell how clean and toxin-free the water is when you get out of the shower. My skin feels every day when I get out of the shower, feels like it's been moisturized. I guess I've never truly been clean, at least not for over 20 years since I lived in this house. My hair feels as if it's been conditioned. My clothes feel like they're brand new when I wash them, because all the water in the house, through the washing machine, the dishwasher, the refrigerator, the toilets, the sinks, the showers, all the water goes through the Angel water purification system before it enters the house. Plus, we're not drinking, cooking, or bathing in toxic water anymore. I'm going to give you their number in a moment, and Angel Water will send Rocky out to your house. He's a good MAGA guy. He'll test your water at no charge and find out what you and your family have been drinking, cooking with, and bathing with. Now, they got an incredible offer. Mention you heard about them on the radio, and Angel Water is going to give you a free under-the-sink reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a whole house refiner. I have both of these, the whole house refiner and the reverse osmosis system. Here's the number. 561-899-6585. 561-899-6585. That's 561-899-6585. All right, let's go back to the phones. We only have 10 minutes left, guys, so if you're on hold, get to your points, okay? I'll try to take these in the order in which they were received. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning. This is Matt from Houston. How are you?
All right. No, but I'll give you a break. I'll see. We'll see. It's not. I talked about a lot of stuff early on that people have been commenting on. But you can. I'll see what you got.
Okay. Well, what I want to get to is we've been fighting a cold civil war for the last 16 years with cultural Marxists and the legacy ideologues. And to me, the 800-pound gorilla in the room is that while our democratic institutions that are bulwark to our rights may be battered and bruised, the lesson I get from this election is they held firm, they're intact. The system works.
Well, what's happened here is what you're talking about. It's not a civil war. It's been going on since the 80s, maybe even before, really. It's called the culture war, okay, is what it's commonly been called. Christian Coalition and all that stuff started that. It's been going on. And what Trump did is defeat what I'm calling Obamaism. This is what it says, Obama. Everything that been dealing with is Obama. DEI, this trans stuff, all this stuff. And Obama got defeated big time in this election. Big time. He's done. Now, you're still going to see him around every election, but he's no longer a power broker in the Democrat Party. They're done with him. He destroyed their party.
Well, that's why I said going back 16 years, because that's when Obama came in, and you're exactly right. It is a complete repudiation of everything that's the whole, LGBT.
And in fact, on Friday, what Obama was trying to do was to make the United States a minority, anti-white controlled country. Okay, basically apartheid in South Africa with the skin colors reversed. Okay, and it came out on Friday, courtesy of Dana Perino on the 5. They've been blaming George Clooney for pushing Biden out. Remember, he wrote that letter, George Clooney, talking about Biden's mental state? Well, what came out on Friday from Dana Perino, and she's in that Bush circle, so she knows about these evildoers. Obama called George Clooney and got him to write that letter about Biden to push him out. So it was, so Obama's done. He destroyed their party and lost the election.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like the Democratic Party is in a shambles. They're shattered.
Good.
Would be a decade before. Right? But again, what I was trying to get at is, and this is almost as much comfort to me as President Trump's victory, it's vindication. The democratic system works. Our voices, the voice of the majority of the American people, heard. And that's all I had to.
All right, take care. You too. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Barbara. I'll be ecstatic about Tom Homan.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think it's just fantastic that Tom, because he is the one to get this done, and he's already got his team. I know that Chad Wolf is a part of it, and the illegals are going to start turning around. They're not even going to come in. A lot of them are going to turn.
Well, they said that latest caravan. They said half of them dropped out of the caravan already.
Coming, and just like he said, I think he was on some talk show, and they asked him, "What about family?" He said, "The whole family can go together."
No, that was 60 Minutes. Holman on 60 Minutes. That's the clip I played earlier. Yeah.
The people get in. I just woke up. I think.
Okay. I appreciate the call. You know, Barbara's the lady that was sitting behind President Trump when that Never Trumper shot him in Butler. By the way, Tom Homan is the perfect pick. And it really shows you Trump's not messing around. He is not messing around. And I'll tell you, Stefanik, being the remember when she went after Hunter? Stefanik doesn't mess around. He picked her to be UN ambassador, not as a gift. Oh yeah, she's done a lot. I'm going to give her this prestigious thing. He knows that Elise Stefanik kicks butt, and she's going to get these countries in line in these UN meetings they have. All right, let's go. Who's next? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
AJ from Eskimo.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, I was going to tell you, Sharpton, you were talking about what church is he from? I think he's from the Holy Bible Church of the Almighty Dollar. And
yes.
He owes a couple $1 million to the IRS from what
Yeah.
But I don't know if he took care of that. The thing you were talking about with Kamala and Obama, I believe there's definitely something there. I was actually, it's funny that you brought this up today on the show, but over the weekend I was looking at some stuff. I haven't been able to verify yet, but it was from worldaffairsbrief.com from a 2020. Anyway, the guy's name is Joel Skousen or something like that, but I haven't verified too much of it. But he mentioned that when the wall came down, the Soviet Union broke up, they were at some kind of a, end of the Soviet Union party, and there were Russian political people, they're high-powered people, and one of the women got up and said to this guy, his name's Tom Fife, said to him that, yeah, it's okay to, the USSR was going, we're going back to Russia, but don't worry, you'll have a communist president in not too long. His name will be Barack, and he'll be black. And that was like in like 92.
I'd have to see that. Got to send that to me. I got to see the date. I got to see the timestamp on all that.
But that would be, it's beyond speculation. I haven't verified anything of it, but you brought this up today, and I'm just thinking, none of that would surprise me.
No, listen, what I'm talking about is this. Both Kamala and Obama, Marxist college professor fathers, okay, both biracial, both grew up in a foreign land, her Canada, him Indonesia. there's a connection between these two that we don't know, and other people are talking about this. This is not just me. So and it's important to identify what this connection is and who it is. Because who else are they going to spring on us? Or are these their only two agents? I don't know. But you're right, cookie cutter is the way to describe it.
A lot of that has been going on. I mean, when Donald Trump was first elected, I mean, I don't think anybody thought that he was being elected to be the president of the United States crime family. But there were so many people in our government that are so full of it and lied to him in the beginning. Even one of the judges, even one of the J6 judges, Trump appointed. I mean, the deep state was very thick when he first started. Now, and look how effective he would.
Yeah, and he's about to crush them. About to crush them again. All right, take care. I got to run. Almost out of time. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lynn from Boynton.
Yeah, Boynton.
Hey, listen, I just real quick now. Have you heard the name Jamal Simmons relating to Kamala?
No.
He was a former aide of her.
Oh yeah, the guy that wants to make her president.
Biden would resign, she would actually be the 47th president, and the only person who did nothing to get to the presidency.
Not going to happen. Yeah, they want Sotomayor to resign to make her a justice. They want Biden to resign to make. I mean, they actually think she is entitled to one of these jobs. I don't get it.
The whole thing, it just shows the whole deceit system of the Democrats.
All right, take care. All right, good call. You're on the air. You're on the air. Once, twice. All right, you're out. Well, that's going to be it for the day because we're out of time. But great show today. Great calls today. And it's happening. I mean, this Tom Homan thing, it'll be interesting to watch the liberal reaction because this guy does not play. I've seen this guy on Fox so many times. And this guy is so spot on, right on when it comes to border security. The idea of making him border czar, this is one of those things that's going to cause heads to explode on MSNBC and CNN. And that's the kind of people you want Trump to hire. People they don't like. You don't want him to hire people that they like. All right, guys, it's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. My name is Brian Craig. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We're here weekdays from 6 till 9. Take care. All right, guys. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, do me the favor of liking the video. My name is Brian. I'll see you next time. Take care.